Getting started with HTML5 charts in JasperReports and Jaspersoft Studio. Part 7, Drilling Down in Charts. Welcome back to our Getting Started with HTML5 Charts video series. In this video, we'll further expand the topic of hyperlinks in charts and talk about drilling down. Drilling down in context of Jasper server means executing a different report by clicking a hyperlink. Usually you pass some specific parameter values alongside with the hyperlink to a drilled down report for it to display the correct data. This technique is useful when you want to create a general master report and have an option to drill down to a more detailed one. So for this video I have created two reports, which is going to be our chart, our general report, and our sub-report, which is going to be a table. Our requirement is to, upon clicking on one of these bars, to run our drill down report for this specific country. Our drill down report has one input control called input param, which is input control for the country. It participates in this query, and let's take a look at it how it's running in Jasper server. I have already deployed this report, so let's run it and take a look. Here you can see we have this input param where we can select our countries. So let's select one of the countries, press apply, and as you can see we get a table with order details for the country USA. We can select a different country like Venezuela, press apply, and then we get a drill down report for country Venezuela. So now how do we link our chart and this report? Let's go back to our chart, edit the chart properties, and switch to simple configuration. What we need to do now is create a hyperlink. Let's do this by clicking add hyperlink here, press use hyperlink, select target to be top, and type to be report execution. Report execution is the type of the hyperlink for drilling down. Our report execution type requires us to specify a target report path and additional parameters. Target report path needs to be a URI of the report that we want to run. You can get the URI from the server, so you go back to the server, go to the repository, locate your report, right click on it, so properties, and copy this path. Be aware though that this path is relative to the user that's running the report. That said, I'm currently logged in as super user, so my report paths will be full paths to the reports. For example, like this. If you will be running this report as user from organization 1, your URI will start from here. So the best way to determine the URI of the report would be to log in as the user from the organization and check the path as their user. So now that we have the path, let's go back here and specify the path in the hyperlink. We can also add a repo prefix here, but it's not required. The repo prefix indicates that this is a repository path, but we do not need it in this scenario. In the additional parameters, we specify the input control values we want to pass. So to pass the input control value, we need to get the exact ID of this input control and then specify it in the dialog. So here we press add. Here in the parameter name we pass the exact name of our parameter, and in the parameter expression we pass the value that we want. So we want to pass the country, so let's pass the field called ship country. Let us save and deploy this report. We will be using sample data. And let's see what we get. Now as you can see on Jasper server, we have successfully deployed our chart, so let's try to run it. Our report runs successfully without any errors, which is a good sign. So let's check out how our hyperlinks work. we expect that upon clicking on this Austria column, we get the drill down report for the country Austria. So let's see if we do get that. And as you can see, we do indeed get the drill down report, but for country USA, which is incorrect. Let's go back and check another column and see if this is a general problem. And yet again, we get the drill down report for the country USA. So why does this happen? Let's go back to our chart and check out the configuration. We have created this hyperlink in the simple configuration, but let's switch to advanced and see how it actually looks like. As you remember from the previous video, Jaspersoft Studio creates a set of advanced properties here to represent the hyperlink. We have already seen hyperlink target and hyperlink type, but here we also see underscore report and input param properties that are contributed through the serious item hyperlink contributor. So let's talk more about these properties. The property underscore report is using an expression which has the URI of our report unit. The property name report is a property that you need to pass with every hyperlink that has a type report execution, and it indicates what report we're going to be running. So this expression is what we expect, and it works fine. This input param advanced property, though, is using an expression of $F ship country, and it represents the input control ID to which we want to feed the value using the serious item hyperlink contributor. You can specify any parameter name in the target report here through the property name. As you can see, this property name, this property is using the expression $F ship country, and this is exactly where the problem lies. From the previous video, if you remember, these expressions are evaluated not as the chart is being built, but as the data set is being processed. So once our data set is processed, it stops on some certain record, and when we build those measures, these records do not get iterated through. They get into a separate data set, and so this doesn't change. And this explains why we get USA all the time, because our last record in our data set was for the ship country USA. What we can do here is, instead of using this expression, we can try to leverage our category. Level 1. Our category is using expression $F ship country, and if we will be using this value from this category, we will be changing it every time the group changes. So every time the ship country changes, the new value will be in this expression. So we can go back to the advanced properties here, click on the input param, and use bucket value, and instead use level 1 here. Let's press OK, save, and redeploy this. Let's try to run our chart again. Let's go to the repository, run our chart, and let's see what we get. Let's click on column for Austria here, and there we go. We have a drill down report for country Austria. Let's go back and see if we get it for a different country. Let's see Denmark. Drill down report for country Denmark. So we get exactly what we wanted. Thanks for watching. In this episode, we learned what is a drill down report and how to drill down in another report using an HTML5 chart. In our next video, we will learn about styling of individual chart elements such as labels, titles, and so forth.